Hello, baby.
I was crazy once.
I'm thinking of a number.
Guys, I have a question for you.
I have an answer.
I hope so.
Yeah, well, you know my favorite. I feel like I like how I said I have a question, but I'm going to say a statement.
Yeah,
And
well,
so keep
it
tuned
leads into
for
a
that.
question. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's how it works. Actually, my line of questioning. Can I imagine if I could
You're
take a line of
Columboing.
questions like a line of cocaine?
Okay, let's all start doing cocaine.
That's actually a
Imagine
lot
if
of questions.
like
journalism
we're a
could do
cool
that.
like Brooklyn podcast, you know?
That's yeah. I mean, what? How else would we get the energy to do this? I think.
Yeah, we sit down in front of a computer for 1 hour. Can you imagine how
Yeah,
much energy that takes?
That's right. It's all the sitting.
It's all the
breathing,
sitting.
And the spitting.
Oh, and
we
let me just say,
spit, too.
I'm not gonna try. This is not a behind the scenes look, but if someone were to have crazy food poisoning,
Yeah.
where you are so dehydrated, and you're recording an episode by laying down as far as possible within safety, in your computer chair with your feet on a ottoman in your room,
You have like
that person.
like a Turk in there?
Yes, I do actually. He's
Yeah.
he's from the past.
That's
And
right.
I brought him here, and I'm an evil person, so he's forced to hold up my legs, and it's not even the way you think. It's like a wheelbarrow but reverse. Because I'm
Sure,
I guess it's almost like missionary position, I guess.
Oh man.
Like you're facing
Yeah,
each other, yeah.
Yes, and my legs are straight up in the air. It's actually a really good stretching thing. Even though I'm not saying that's me, but if someone were to have crazy food poisoning, that would be a precarious position for everyone involved, because that would, I think, kind of open up a door that might
Yeah.
be opened further. You know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying?
A door
I
might
think
be
Anyway,
that's true.
I was gonna say, if someone were to be in that position, they would probably need cocaine to be a lively participant in a discussion about movies. Of
Yes.
course, I do not know anything about that.
Uh-huh.
That's my whole thing. I actually have the opposite of that. I have food.
Enhancement.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The food is
When
enhancing your body.
yeah. And here's the thing: most humans are like that. Did you
Yeah.
know that? They enhance. The
I
body.
do.
With food.
What's your
That's right.
favorite enhancing food?
For like that enhances me.
Yeah, that enhances you.
I would have to say, I think, here's the thing. I would say it would have to be a really greasy burger. First off, that's the
That's
first
a
part of
good
it.
one.
Okay.
Of course.
And then number two, an Oreo milkshake. Okay, that you see them pour whole vitamin D milk across the counter. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third thing would be, if that wasn't enough for you because you hate yourself, you would stop by the 7-Eleven on the way back and then pick up a hot Chester's fries, and then you would be so hungry because all you had for lunch was like a coffee, and you had 2 cocktails earlier in the day, and so you eat all 3 of those things really fast.
That's
Yeah.
not good.
Yeah, and then you wake up the next day, expecting a normal day at work and a fun podcast bonus episode like the ones that our faithful listeners are listening to, but not this particular one. And then around noon, you're like, I'm actually not hungry, and I'm going to use the restroom. And then the floodgates are opened.
Oh no.
Yeah,
It's like Chinatown out there.
that's right. With what's his name? Oh my God, Hollis Mulray, who was
Yeah,
killed.
Hollis Mulray, yeah.
Well, he was
in your toilet.
Well, no, he was killed in the reflecting pool.
Oh,
was
that's
bad
right.
for-
and then
bad for the
dumped
grass.
in the toilet.
Yeah, dumped in the one of those
reservoir.
offshoot, yeah, the reservoir. But I wouldn't know anything about that.
No.
I'm a strapping person with a full of energy, full of
Strapping
energon. Just like my friends Megatron or I forgot what their names are in the movie.
Yeah.
D16
Well,
and I forgot who was Optimus
Yeah,
again.
anyway. But I'm full of Megalon, so I'm definitely ready to record.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
How about Megalodon? Do you think
Okay.
that would taste really good? Like, I mean, I'm not a
Megalodon
fan
meat?
of like shark. I'm not like a shark
I've
fin
never
soup
had
guy.
shark.
Yeah.
I know it's unethical. I
Uh
really want to try a shark fin soup.
huh. Yeah.
They have like
You know,
imitation shark fin, right? You could get that.
I I mean, if we have imitation crab meat, I don't know what else is off the table. You know what I'm saying?
You
What-
can make imitation anything these days.
What would you hope
Yeah.
imitation sharks made out of?
I've read about it because I took a marine biology course and had to write
Okay.
a paper about how shark fin soup is like really bad. But
Yeah.
I was like, I kind of want to try it though. Like I kept looking at photos of it.
You're like, damn, all these delicacies, all these chefs like preparing it or whatever.
Yeah,
You're like, "Oh,
exactly.
shit, I gotta get on that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I actually read that it doesn't taste like much. That's the other thing. It's just
That's
like
the
kind of-
saddest part. I feel like,
It's
right?
it's
Like,
it's like you eat it because it's like, look, we've conquered this predator, like we've conquered this beast,
The
and
beast.
Yeah.
we've made it into a soup.
Yeah.
yeah. Like, do you think like lion tastes good?
I bet it does. Actually,
Oh,
maybe
wow,
not.
okay.
Actually, no. I think it's probably too like
Maybe gamey.
Yeah,
or-
yeah, exactly.
I wonder if God made it so like this is one of the world's most majestic creatures, and like when you eat it, you feel empty inside because
Yeah.
you've killed an apex predator.
That's
You know
right.
what I want to eat?
Bat soup.
T-Rex.
Yeah.
That's what
I would love to
that's what I
have like mammoth meat. Like every once in a while, like they find like a frozen mammoth, and they're like, okay, we're gonna get. I actually don't know if they still do this. I've read that
Uh-huh.
like, there was the Adventurers Society or whatever,
Yeah.
where they served everyone mammoth steaks one year, and I'm like, I'd love to try that.
I need that to happen.
Yeah,
That's like that's like a pith helmet with a tuxedo type of
exactly.
type
yeah.
of a dinner actually. You know,
Uh-huh.
I really wanted this opening thing to be about the level of heat required between let him cook and it's cooked.
But now we're doing.
Now we're doing
foods
rare
that you're not
meats.
supposed to
Yeah.
eat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What is the
illegal
most exotic
stuff.
meat that you got? I feel like I haven't actually had that much exotic meat. I've had pheasant. That's not that
Pheasant.
exotic, but I feel like a lot of people
that's like a
haven't
little
had
out of
pheasant.
left field, you know, a little bit,
Yeah.
right? Like I've had sea urchin, I've had uni, but like that's
Okay.
like I feel like that's you just go to any like Japanese restaurant and whatever. But I did have it in Japan, so I do feel
Mm.
like I got the experience for it, but I did not like it. It's very like. Well, it's like a mush. You know what I mean? Like I
No,
don't know if you
no.
guys have seen it. It's like it's because it's like in a hand roll. It's just like a just like kind of like a how like marinated tuna. Like it's not the cubes at poke. It's like it's kind of like a
Like a mash.
mash of stuff. Yeah, it's kind of like that. I wasn't into it, but yeah, that might be the most out of left field,
Yeah.
at least for me here in the United States. You know.
Yeah, I feel like I'm kind of a boring guy when it comes to animals that I eat. I stick to the
But
regular ones.
in terms of fruits, I've got the craziest fruits.
I got the crazy fruits you haven't even heard of, fruits that'll make your head spin.
Yeah, give me 4 of those fruits.
I got lucky berries. And
Okay.
you might say that's a berry, not a fruit, and I say, check again. Check the
Wait,
encyclopedia.
are those different?
I don't know.
Okay,
I don't
alright.
know.
You don't.
No.
So the guy
I-
telling you might not know either.
Yeah,
The guy
I got
accusing
the
you.
wire pit.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Okay.
It's exactly what it sounds like. I got licorice slime.
And now does it exist like that inherently, or is that like the product you have of?
It comes out of a tree. It's like sap, but it's a fruit somehow.
Oh yeah, I was about to say I don't know if that's where I would have the problem with classification actually.
Yeah, and
Okay.
then
Last but
tomato.
not least. That's disgusting. I think.
Yeah, I know tomatoes.
Yeah, but you love it, or no? You're just
do.
saying that you've had it
I've had a tomato.
and you've loved it, or
Yeah,
do you?
I don't
okay.
care. I love it.
I don't. Yeah, you love it.
Uh huh.
Welcome,
Welcome everybody to Fruit
Welcome.
Talk.
Fruit Dog. That's right. Misleading title from
Uh-huh.
3 straight guys.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
No, the Welcome to Style and Direction, a menswear podcast about the stuffiness, bonus edition. This is the bonus feed where we talk about movies, movie styles, and yeah, I think you're going to have a fun time with this one because this is not really one that's been requested of us, but this is one that we've wanted to talk about for a while because
It's a
it's one of my
classic.
favorite movies.
Yay.
For those of you who don't know, my name is Ethan M. Wong, and I'm joined by 2 of my compatriots in fashion, in menswear, and in life. What are they? Tell your names, you
Tell your
bastards.
names. I'm at Spencer DSO. I'm at that.
You're at.
Yeah, but your name is.
I'm Spencer.
I'm MJ.
Okay. That's right. Welcome in everyone. Take a seat Take a seat,
Do
darling.
you think
in my
everyone that's
wedding.
listening to
Grab
this
a
is like
snack.
standing up?
Yeah, and he's actually in a position where he can't sit down, and he accidentally does it and then dies.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing: that guy, when he like pressed follow, he waived his rights. He should have read the fine print.
Yeah.
Simon Says, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. The movie we're talking about today is The Philadelphia Story,
Yay.
1940, and it stars some of the biggest, stars, right?
That's right.
Of the era, even though Katharine Hepburn was considered box office poison at the time.
Yes. If you watched The Aviator, which is that a movie we've covered? I don't remember.
No, I don't think I've ever
We
seen it. I think
should.
I fell
The
asleep.
Aviator is so fucking good.
I know.
We should talk about that
I know.
movie.
It's added to the list.
Yeah, but they do have that discussion in The Aviator where
Because she's dating Howard
Kate
Hughes,
Blanchett
right?
as Katharine Hepburn talks about how she is box office poison
That's right.
with Adam Scott. Adam Scott's in that movie. It's kind of
Yeah,
crazy.
he's wearing like a crazy like bold outfit too, I think, in that scene.
The scenes that I remember him being in, he's wearing like a tuxedo, but he plays like Howard Hughes' like press agent.
Yeah.
He's really good in that. That
What if he
whole
played?
movie is good.
What if he played the U.S. agent?
He
From
should.
Captain America.
Yeah, he's the one that like chops a guy's head off with the shield, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, we don't see exactly what he does. It could just be that he went straight for the chest. You know.
That's true.
I
What if he
actually,
plays
yeah,
Red
in
Hulk?
your head canon. Oh, okay. Yeah, he could
Yeah.
play Red Hulk. Adam Scott of Severance fame,
Yeah, and he's like, I'm Red Hulk. He would
but
say
he
it
doesn't
like that,
remember
but-
it
Yeah,
because he's an Indian and outie.
that's right.
Watch.
Oh, so this
We're
is in the Severance
we're
universe?
sponsored.
Is Severance in the MCU?
I think the MCU's in the Severance universe. Actually.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How what works?
Movies.
Oh,
Movie
you're right.
worlds.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
right. This movie, I remember like when I was like on the Fedora Lounge and on one of my favorite Tumblrs, which we've said so many times, is Golden Era Suits, which is run by one of our friends in Deutschland, Florian. One of the cool cats in the vintage scene, super nice guy. He, on his blog or his Tumblr, he would repost, movies from this, obviously from other people, but also, maybe he's watching and he screenshotted it. And to me, it became like one of the more iconic vintage, classic movies. And, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of like not good movies back then. There's a lot of good movies back then. But this one kept coming up. And I remember like talking to Spencer about it a couple of years ago, and he's like, "Man, you gotta like, it's good. This is a good one." And I was like, I gotta watch this movie. And I think during the pandemic I did. I can't recall when we did it, but I was like, man, this is really funny. It's really good, and the styling of it is like the menswear in it is top notch. Obviously, a lot of the coverage, if you look up the Philadelphia Story fashion, it's mainly going to be about Katharine Hepburn. Mm-hmm. She wears a couple of great dresses in this. She's got like a wedding dress. She's got like the, I guess the bathing suit. You know what I'm saying? Ayo. But there's a lot of, there's a couple of characters in this, and they all have really great styles, and it kind of makes sense. Well, first off, right, back in the 1940s, this was filmed during the summer of 1940 and came out, I think, in like the fall or something like that. But this, people would wear suits all the time. That's kind of a given. But because of the setting of this movie, where it's kind of about, it's like a socialite, old money, Boston, or I guess Philadelphia.
Yeah.
But like a family, you get a kind of like a luxurious approach to it. And what's interesting,
I feel like it's kind of also
yeah.
fun because you get to see the kind of like different class levels of the characters.
Yes. You
Yeah.
got like butlers and the patron of the the patriarch of the family. You've got like a night watchman briefly for a second, Yeah, and so you get a lot of like fun stuff. It's not exactly like the Red Shoes where you have like a lot of different looks, and they are, like they're traipsing through the French Riviera. You don't really get that. You get all of this over the course of like 3 days or something, like maybe at the most a week. But you get to see like the different levels of menswear and different types of outfits. Like everyone kind of wears a different look, and it's fun to kind of like, at least in your head canon, but I'm definitely sure they are playing into the rules. But like you can see like the differences in like jackets and ties and like the hats they would wear, which makes this movie really, really fun to like watch and get inspiration from, or just have like a good time. Like, oh, that's really cool, you know? Spencer, do you remember when you first saw this?
I feel like I first saw this like in high school. Because it's one of those, movies if you're getting into classic Hollywood. Like everyone's like, you got to see the Philadelphia Story. And I remember, I either saw it in like high school or like my freshman year of college. When freshman year of college, I took my first like ever film class, which was, the history and appreciation of the cinema. And in that class, we kind of covered everything from the beginning of the medium until the 1990s, 2000s, whatever. And I remember there was like, a lecture on screwball comedies, which I think you could say that this movie fits into. And the movie that we actually watched in class was My Man Godfrey, which is still one of my favorite movies. I love that one. But afterwards, I was like, damn, this is good. I got to watch more of these. I really like screwball comedies. And so I found this one. And yeah, it's a great movie, really great close, which we'll talk about.
Yeah. One interesting thing is that this is based on a play, just like The Shop Around the Corner.
Yes.
And you can definitely feel, I mean, both movies feel like that, It's like very like singular location. A lot of like snappy dialogue, a lot of like these like kind of monologues about like life and love and everything like that. It's not like we don't do that today, but like it does feel like this is a filmed play, but again, enough to make it like immersive. Like they're not just, it's not like you're like a video camera of a play, Yeah, and so I think Katharine Hepburn was in the original play as well.
Ooh,
and so that's why I think she took a break from acting, and then they're like, I think Howard Hughes bought the rights to this, and the rights to the play, then tried, kind of producer push people to make a movie out of it, I think. And again, like, she was considered box office poison because all of her shows were like, or movies were like flopping. And this one kind of brought it back, and it's really fun. And, she's with two pretty big movie stars. She's got Cary Grant and Jimmy Stewart, and we'll get into the characters they play in a second. But yeah, we got that. We got John Howard as Kittredge and a bunch of like old heads who play like her uncle and her dad, respectively. I guess I didn't say their names. I don't need to give them respect. But yeah, so it's kind of a fun cast, and it's definitely, you can tell they had a lot of fun working on it. I think there's a couple of quotes that they say, like this was like a joy to make, and I think they finished it ahead of schedule, I think, which was really cool. But yeah, this movie was a lot of fun. MJ, what was your experience watching this movie?
Man, this is a long movie.
Is it really? I guess
it's like
I guess so.
It's like 110 or
it's
something.
Almost 2 hours. Yeah, it's almost 2 hours.
Yeah. But yeah, it was cool. I mean, like the cast was just like so huge, and like it was funny when certain characters would point out colors of stuff in a black and white movie. I don't know, it's been a while since since that's been like a I don't know, like a recurring thing throughout the movie. But
yeah, one could only imagine what the outfits would have looked like,
But I liked it. It was good. It was like, the drama was fun.
Yeah, it's not even like super dramatic, right? It's not like it's.
Yeah.
I would say it's even more lighthearted than
yeah.
The Shop Around
I mean,
the
it's
Corner.
it's
Or
definitely
maybe less antagonistic. I don't know.
Definitely a comedy though. Like,
yeah.
Like just as a, I guess it is a rom-com, right?
Yeah, and it has the whole like pair the spares kind of a thing where like at the end everyone gets married or pairs off with the person they're supposed to be with or whatever.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel as contrived. I mean, I know it's pretty snappy as an ending, but I feel like it kind of makes sense. They do play it up.
Yeah.
A lot.
I feel
they set the seeds.
I feel like the whole movie was pretty snappy. I think it just kind of like
they have got Katharine Hepburn in it.
Yeah,
I know she's got a lot of great one-liners. You got Cary Grant in it as well, who's got a lot of great stuff.
Yeah.
And then Jimmy Stewart playing a working guy who thinks he's above it all, which I think is kind of fun.
Yeah.
As opposed to his like good-natured guys that he normally does. He's a little bit jaded in this movie, not by a whole lot, but he definitely thinks that working for Spy Magazine, which is like the tabloid, he's above it because he can write novels and shorts
Yeah.
and like fun short stories, but he's forced to write these dumbass articles.
Oh, he's a writer again in this movie, by the way.
That's right.
Oh, that's true. Then you got Liz Imbrie, who is his partner at Spy or whatever, and she's a photographer. And I think you can also tell that she's also like above it. Like she doesn't want to just take photos of socialites or whatever. Just wait till TMZ, almost like 80 years later or whatever. Or I guess not 80. I guess it could be like 50, 60 years later. I don't know. But yeah, let's go through the plot of the movie. Spencer, why don't you take it away? Can you summarize it for us? Hold on a second there. You can't go any further because you have to go to patreon.com/downdirection.
You've got to give us dollars.
$5 to get
Clams.
access. That's right, 5 wampums, I guess, or
Wampums?
5
Yeah.
doubloons. I'll take a
You
go.
give
with
us 5 doubloons.
That's right. $5 a month gives you access to this episode, along with all of our whole archive of movie episodes. It also gives you access to our bonus Patreon Discord, a whole BPD. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no! But yeah, you can go to you'll be able to join our Patreon Discord where we talk about stuff like this all the time. Talk about future topics and everything like that. So it's really worth it if you really like this podcast and the things that we do. $10 a month gives you access to all of that already and nothing else other than MJ thanking you personally. MJ, who are we thanking?
We are thanking our Sidecast fanatics, Shane Curry, Philip Gregard, Henrik Wilberg, Mason Ritchie, Alexander Batten, and Alex Groggins.
We love you! We're going to stand up at a wedding and be like, we're not... I object to this wedding because you should be with us,
All three.
That's right. Don't forget to watch this movie, The Philadelphia Story. First off, Sid has a very... The editor-in-chief has a very strong... well, I guess most of the rich people and upper-class people all have like a very strong mid-Atlantic accent. And all of them are American actors, other than Archie Leach, not Clark Gable,
Yeah.
fucking Cary Grant, because his makes the most sense, because he's literally from London or the UK or whatever. But here in this movie, only Jimmy Stewart talks with his random ass. Well, I guess it's kind of mid-Atlantic, but it's like his own special variety.
He has a weird
Clarence.
accent. Well, because he's from the Midwest or something, isn't he?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, watch this movie. It's available where you want to find it.
Anywhere.
Don't forget to go to a little bit of press.com to read all about the episode. Follow the podcast at Style and Direction. Follow me at Ethan M. Wong.
I'm at Spencer DSO.
And I'm at Aya MJ.
We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.